We're live, but I'm gonna hit this button. That was something I was playing with that didn't work quite really well. Bob disappeared. All I see is little things on says device not
Bob
connected.
Vanished.
Bob poofed on us. So, and I was just talking to the gentleman before we went live. As you can see, Steve's already with us. But before we get into that, I wanted to say a very happy birthday to my mother, who would have been 73 years old today. She passed away about 15 years ago. And I found out something very interesting. One of my high school classmates I was telling them who I went from grade school all the way through to graduation. Her father was born on the same day. So I want to say happy birthday, Kathy, which is my mother's name, and happy birthday to Jim Kirk, which is her dad's name. He would have been 97 today, and my mom would have been 73. So we're glad to have everybody here with us. Let me go through here real quick. Let's see. Ken, place it here. Glad to have you in the house. I don't want to say it wrong, but I will say Wedging Big.
Is it Wedging Big?
That's
I
Paul.
never questioned
the flyby guys. Steven, glad to have you here. Four States Aerial Photography. Zach Key. JC Flying. Ron's usually Drone Shots. Jody, good to see you here. Let me go back up through here really fast and see. Uncle Bill's toy came in early. Uncle Bill, I told you your shirt's already in the mail. Leonard, I want to say your stickers are already in the mail also, sir. Lance Cadena, he's on vacation with his family, but he's the photographer tonight, so he's going to be watching on his phone, I guess, maybe. Let's see. AZ Drone Dude, David, good to see you. So Old Farce with Drones. Hey, I know that guy. KCFPV, good to see you. 107 Drones, good evening. Glad to see you here, sir. I've got somebody up. Let's go. Come down here. Everybody saying howdy. Covaction saying hi. Here we go. There we go. All right. So, as I had mentioned before, I had also talked to Brian. Hopefully, Brian will come in and join us here soon. Was that I had noticed that Steve's channel had been growing pretty good since I first started following, and I was going to bring him on to see if we couldn't find out his secret sauce or secret recipe or whatever to build your channel, because I've heard
how many herbs and spices are in there.
Well, we've heard here's the thing. I've heard keywords. I've heard putting the title in your keywords. I've heard putting all these various different things. So I figured we would ask him because the way it was put to me from Brian was that Steve follows a standard formula. And that's why that's how he's gotten ahead after all these years. So
I thought it was getting on TikTok,
We were going to see if we couldn't find out. Oh, my problem on TikTok is I watch too many damn pimple popper videos. I don't know why. I have no clue why. So anyway, I figured we would ask him that and see what was going on there. And I also was curious about maybe because he's already mentioned about editing with Affinity Photo. Oh, he's already here. Cool. Speaking of Angel, and I had mentioned this. I don't want to go completely squirrel yet. What did I do here, Bill? There we go. I don't want to go completely squirrel yet, but Angel's here to share something with us. He has the squirrel moment for this week, and I'm going to share something with him that I really and truthfully I didn't know what to say that day, because I was just like going, no, who's beeping?
Sorry.
Oh, Chuck's playing.
I was connecting this thing to my RC Pro. That's all. It's your fault, Bill.
I'm telling you, what I had to do was actually, do what you did. I had to manually bind it.
I had to bind it. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to
manually bind it.
Now, I don't know if I can flip-flop back and forth, because like when we get done, I give Erica her shower. I'm going to jump off, and I'm going to test the Air 2S and the Mavic 3 to see what's going on. Hey, degenerates. We're degenerates. He's telling us we're degenerates. So anyway, let me flip myself around here since he's the host. Steve, so tell us what's your idea of what you think you've done to build your channel. And I hope that didn't come out wrong.
Oh, jeez. How much time do we have?
I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. Fine.
You know, honestly, that's almost an impossible question to answer. I think, like way back in the day when I started my channel, I had no idea what I was doing. I basically just wanted to make videos, and the spark came along, and that kind of, you know, ignited sort of passion. And what sparked my channel and a passion in a direction. But generally, in that first year, it was just like I wanted to make one video a week and try to make each video better than the last, and just do it consistently for a year and just see what happens. And then when the spark came along, the channel started to grow. You know, people were interested in the spark. I tried to make, you know, videos about how to get better results out of it, stuff like that. It seemed to resonate with people, and it just kind of grew. And beyond that, I just tried to keep that sort of formula up. Just, you know, be consistent with making videos, make each one better than the previous. And I don't know. I mean, what else can I say? I don't do, like, I'm the guy who I don't do any wacky analytics stuff. I don't obsess over keywords. My thumbnails and my titles are always very literal. If I even have something that's even remotely, what do you call it, clickbaity? I don't really, I really don't go in that direction. Like, you can read my title, and that's exactly what my video is going to be about.
I guess tonight's title of the show would be clickbait.
Clickbait.
I probably, you know, do technically everything wrong. You know, maybe you're supposed to look at your analytics, or maybe you're supposed to do some other things. And I don't know. I just focus on trying to make good content, good quality content. Like behind the scenes, like I work like a dog to put out some of these videos, like the hours that goes into it. And I hope somewhere somebody recognizes the quality or the effort, and maybe they go, yeah, okay, you know, this guy's authentic.
Another creator,
you know?
Steve. Mm-hmm. We know how long it takes.
We do.
Yeah, absolutely, right.
Well, see, it's like someone was asking the other day, and I said, well, Steve has already been on. This will be like his 4th time. Okay. And then the 5th time, it's kind of like on Saturday Night Live, you know, where you've been like a 5-time host. But when you're here, when you're on here, you know, people have busted my balls about it before, but I've never known that there was actually a curriculum to where you could get a drone therapist degree. So I created a diploma to where you become an honorary drone therapist after your 5th episode of being a co-host on the show. So what's I said, we've got to get him scheduled for one more time, because I think this makes 4. So I want to make sure we can get him scheduled back on for the 5th time, so I can send him the one that people can rate. Because I think people were making duplicates of it and everything and making fun of it, but I thought it was kind of neat. I thought it was kind of cool.
People were congratulating me, Bill. Remember when you issued mine to me?
Honorary degree.
Yeah, people were like, congratulations.
Yeah, because it did a good job on it.
It looks really great.
Waiting for mine to come in the mail, you know.
I just gave you a pocket full.
Well, you got a demerit. I heard Angel got a demerit, a few demerits.
Oh, I'm not okay. All right.
I have
go ahead.
Mine is somewhere.
So wait
on the wall over there.
Let's go ahead since it's there. It's already out there, and we know the squirrel is there, and everybody's trying to because this is literal. This is literally why the episode is called Spaced. Okay, so Angel, you tell the story. I'm good. You go ahead. You tell the story. What was going on? I'm not gonna.
Well, I was gonna say, should we let Steve finish so he?
Yeah, we should let Steve finish. We can come back.
I don't want to take away his.
Yeah,
it's
my fault. I squirreled. I did it.
Well, that was the whole point. Squirrel was returning tonight in very bold fashion.
Sorry, Steve.
Oh,
well,
Steve's go ahead, Steve. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you guys.
That's what I thought he was. I thought he was pretty much. He was.
Yeah,
like,
I don't.
Go ahead.
I don't really think I have a formula per se. You know, I mean, there is a bit of, if you're following my channel and you watch all my videos, there is things, I'm always referring there's like, inside jokes where I write with, on the drone with the Sharpie in one video, and you'll see this in 10 other videos because it just stays on there. Things like that. So I try to sort of build off the last video. There's things and things I've talked about, 4 videos ago. We're kind of building a foundation. Like there's techniques I told you 5 videos ago. I'm not going to explain again, but if you've watched, you'll see a progression. So there's stuff like that.
So
if
giving
you're really
people a reason to come back.
Instructional type videos, instructional type videos, like you were talking about, review type videos.
Well, the reviews are key
to getting subscribers.
Because it dawned on me the other day, because I make how shall I phrase this, very unique cinematic videos. So it finally dawned on me that it takes a unique kind of individual to want to watch those, especially since the YouTube is so saturated with drone cinematic
pretty saturated,
videos.
And what Steve's doing is more likely to get subscribers than just making really cool drone videos.
But he can still the whole point is he's got those subscribers, so he can still do a cinematic video.
Yeah,
and they'll probably watch.
And showcase a given drone too. He can showcase a given drone. So Steve will test a drone and put it through the paces, so he can do some cinematic stuff with a drone and show what it's capable of. So he's got the whole thing going on.
Hang on, let me get it down here.
He's got it all.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, but that's a good example, right? So review videos, I kind of don't like doing them. They're super hard, and like there's so many out there. So when I do my review video, I might pick 3 guys. I'll watch the review videos if they get their drones or stuff early, and then I don't watch anything else. And I try to make my own thing, look at my own stuff, and just how do I use it, and how are other people going to use it? And I try to find some unique angles rather than just copying what everybody else puts up there.
Sure.
And my Mini 3 Pro review video was probably the hardest video I have ever done. I can't tell you how much time I spent on that. There's no way I could get a drone and 2 weeks later put out a review, because I wouldn't have spent enough time with it to really understand it. So like I flew it so much, did so many precursor videos to my actual review. And if you had been paying attention and watched those videos, I'd give these little clues. Like I did a vertical video at night, so you could see how well it did at night, the vertical video. I did kind of cinema, what do you call it? Cinema, so just a whole bunch of drone shot video, right? And I focused in on like the detail that this camera captures is amazing. Focused in on, being able to lift the gimbal up 60 degrees, things like that. So if you're paying attention, the review was kind of happening before the review and all these precursor videos. And then the review itself kind of summarized that whole business. But it was, just an absolute pile of work.
All videos to create are a pile of work, I think.
Yeah.
Steve, would you say it takes you about an hour for every minute of content? Would you say roughly, or am I?
An hour.
At least that's what it takes
for every minute of. Oh, good gosh.
Are you better than that?
No, I'm probably worse. I'm probably way worse. My Mini 3 Pro review video, I bet you I spent 10, 15 hours editing that video. That doesn't include all the shooting, the testing, like
not the shooting and stuff. No, that's like, I mean, once you get all
editing
just the pure editing is, for me, it seems to take me about an hour a minute on average.
An hour a minute
to pick out music and everything, the whole shebang, sitting down at the computer.
No, I'm probably 3 times that. I'm super
That's what
slow
I
editor.
use for billing. When I build clients, I use $1 a minute, or I mean an hour a minute. That's how I bill for editing. Sometimes it takes me longer.
Maybe it takes me longer because I know my workflow is terrible. I just putz around.
Yeah.
Picking out music kills me. It takes me forever to find the right tunage.
I think I usually pick the song first and then edit afterwards.
I go both ways. I'll flippity flop. Sometimes the music comes first. Sometimes the content comes first, and then the music fills in. And then I'll cut up all the clips again for like the vlog so that it kind of flows nice. And I have no clear cut routine. Sounds like Steve
Yeah.
kind of wings it too. I mean, he
Y'all
does
just
what
made
works for him
something
for a
very
given project.
made myself very aware of something.
And that is.
I don't have. It's what it is I don't have enough patience. Y'all are talking about anywhere from 8 to 12 to 15 hours on a video.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
easily.
like, damn, I spent 3.5 hours on this video. Screw it, I'm putting it out.
And it shows. So like,
Yeah.
so I mean,
Yeah.
really, it takes. I'm disappointed with my stuff after all that time. Sometimes it's like crap. I'll go back.
Yeah.
I'll think it's a masterpiece, and you go back a month later, and like, oh,
buddy,
what was I thinking?
Yeah, you kind of sound like me in that regard, because I I'll spend 15, 20 hours editing video. I think, oh, this is great, I love it, put it out there, and then I'll watch it on YouTube. I'm like, I should have done that, or I should have done this. And then it's like,
You always
like,
do
oh
that.
my God.
We all do that. That's the problem. We all do it. I know some guys have said you have to finish it and be like happy with it, but then there's like a holding period, like before you can buy a gun in the United States. So like let it sit, like you have to let it sit like 48 hours, Steve, and then you come back and you watch it again
before you,
with a clear mind, and then you're like, oh,
Totally.
wow.
But that's you see what I put up. I have no doubt that Mark works weeks on projects.
Yeah, he does.
I have no doubt at all that he works weeks. You know, Mark.
No,
go ahead. Keep talking. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, Alan Drone Views, in Ireland, he
lives
totally
in a screensaver.
Spends most of his time picking out the music first, and then he creates a shot list from the music.
I find the music first is easier, because then at least you can figure the cuts.
Yep. I grab music. I'll get music that feels like it's going to fit the vibe of the vlog, and then
all right. So we've been serious for a moment, and we evaded the squirrel. Steve got to finish his. He's basically just talking about you need to be dedicated as far as don't put out shit like I do. Don't stop at 3.5 hours and go, well, my computer's bogging down and create
F it, it's going out.
To throw it out the door, So let's go ahead. I want to let Angel explain. Now, I want you to tell the whole story. Tell the whole story about what DJI's bullshit they fed you and everything, and then I will give my point of view.
Okay.
So go ahead. Go for it, buddy.
So we had.
We're gonna come back to you, Steve. I promise. You just got to hear this story.
Oh, you're full screened, Angel. You're it, man.
No, this is
lights on. Spotlight.
We went to Mercer Island.
Okay, I'll go small.
And,
no, bring them big. Make them big.
No.
There, pressure's on.
So Bill and I went to Mercer Island, and we were sitting there, and it was a very busy day. It was a beautiful day, and so I say, well, let's go down here, and there's usually a bench that I sit at with my girlfriend to fly, but all the benches were occupied. So we go down on the hill. We're maybe, 20 feet away from the water, and I go to hand launch. And so I go to hand launch, and I'm pushing the button for it to take off.
Yeah, down
and
in, right?
I didn't do the down, I didn't do the down in. I just pushed the button on the DJI Fly App for it to take off. And instead of going up, it kind of felt like it started going forward and landed on his propellers from about 3 feet high and fell. So then I quickly turned it off, put it back on, and I go to restart the drone. And I'm sitting there because I'm like, oh my God, what the hell just happened here? Because I looked at my stats the other day. I've flown 263 miles with the drone so far. It's gotten tons of flights, right? So I go to power the drone back on, and the gimbal's looking like this, like the video's looking, sideways. And then I'm like, oh, this is weird. So I'm like, okay, what should I do? Let's recalibrate the gimbal, bring it back down, fly again. At 1x zoom, it looks fine. But when you start doing the 2 or 3 or 7, it starts doing this wavy motion.
Jello-y? Do you mean like Jello?
It was weird looking. So then I brought it back down. We did a whole IMU gimbal firmware, everything. And then I put it back up in the sky, and it's doing this wavy thing. So I go.
Air?
No error.
Did you
No
can
error.
air?
No error message at all. So
No, air. Shooting a can of air
oh no.
into the gimbal.
So I go and I do, Bill and I are talking about what I should do. And so I went ahead, we did the firmware, IMU, compass, everything. We recalibrated everything. I came to my house, put it up in the sky. The footage looks terrible. It's like wavy. So I go and I go to DJI Online support and they're like, oh, I tried to do a like a DJI Care refresh.
Care refresh, yeah, sure.
Thing, and it didn't let me move forward. And I was like, hold on, I paid for 2 years of DJI Care refresh. What's going on here? And so I go to online support and they're like, okay, what's your serial number and all this stuff? And they're like, oh, we have a problem here. And the problem is you have the China version of the drone.
Huh?
And your DJI Care refresh is US bound. So we need to talk to technical support to let you know what to do.
Where'd you buy it from, dude?
Squirrel.
Glazer's camera in Seattle.
Okay.
So I go and actually today I sent the message to Bill this morning. I got a message and I don't know if you have it, if you want to pull it up or whatever, but essentially what I'm going to pull it up for a sec. So essentially what was said, I got a message from a lovely DJI representative named April, who said,
Yeah, right, April.
Yeah,
Sure, April
I
and
don't know
Hunter.
what-
And
A lot
all
of
the other
Chinese
fake
kids are
names.
named April. I know
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So this is the message I get. I hope this email finds you well. This is April from DJI Technical Support. Regarding the gimbal issue with your Mavic 3, we are here to help. Based on your situation, your product is a Chinese version and the DJI Care Bounded is a US version. In this case, you can choose to send the product to our service center in mainland China for warranty service. Free service will be provided if there is no user error, which I looked on my flight records and there is no user error on there. It doesn't even give me anything. Or send the drone to the service center in North America to replace the new drone with DJI Care. Sorry for any inconvenience caused. We are looking forward to your insights. Thanks for choosing DJI. Have a lovely day. So that was that was the email from this morning. And I guess it's about to be morning time in China. So I'll probably get a response soon. Maybe during the call here.
Maybe during the
And
call.
I'm trying to figure out if I should send it back to China so it doesn't count against my DJI Care refresh.
Probably
It'll cost
wonked
you
up
more
the
to
ribbon
ship it.
cable.
Then
I
your
think
care
they would
refresh.
We've
probably.
already talked about
They
that.
would probably. I'm asking if they would do a mailing label. Like, what would they do? Because that would help me
I
determine.
would. Honestly, how
Well,
much
usually
is
when
how
you
much
get
is the
to fill
ribbon
out-
cable for the Mavic 3? Anybody know?
No, but usually when you get to fill out a ticket, they give you a shipping label.
Yeah. But I would probably
That's
just
what's
try
so
to change the
screwed
ribbon
up,
cable
man.
first.
Okay, but here's the thing: how the hell did he get a Chinese drone
That's pretty
and
weird.
a U.S. Care refresh?
That's pretty weird.
None of that makes any sense whatsoever.
The
vendor-
serial number would, when you bought the Care refresh, the serial number would have shown that up.
Yeah,
Well,
that
here's
should have popped up the minute you paid for Care Refresh. They should have been aware of that and went like,
Well,
whoa,
here's the-
time out.
He bound it. He bought the drone from the camera store.
Right.
You said the same day or the next
Same
day?
day. Same
Day he bought
day.
Care Refresh from DJI.
Sure.
As soon as I
Activated
got
it,
home. As soon as
tied
I
it
got
to
home,
the
I did it.
serial number on the drone.
Of course.
No problems whatsoever. Activated. And now suddenly it's not activated because you have a Chinese drone.
Freaking, it was Chinese anyway. What the hell? Just
This
let
is
me
like-
fix the
that's
thing
what
in
my
the
wife
Are
said.
they all
That's what my
Chinese
wife said.
drones?
My wife goes,
Yeah, they don't make
my
any
wife
over
goes,
here.
"Are
They're all on
all
a boat
drones
from there
made
to
in
here.
China?
Yeah.
It's like everything except Skydio.
Yeah.
Man. I don't
So
know.
I don't know.
So
I'm
here's the
trying to-
thing.
Yeah, go ahead, Bill. Go ahead.
You scared the shit out of me. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because here's the thing. He had the controller in this hand, right? And he's trying to work on it. And he's kind of like got the drone like this as he's launching it. And I'm just like thinking, oh shit, I'm going to run. you know. And like
well,
I
they
said,
level pretty quick. He was just trying
I
to.
think-
I can picture Angel holding like the remote control like this, like with the two hands on the sticks, and he's got the drone over here.
Yeah,
Been there, done that, and then and the drone's kind of like all skewed and stuff, but it'll.
But I'll say that every time I've done it in the past, you usually see it pop up, and this time it went forward.
It didn't
that's
really
kinda weird
spin
in
up like
itself.
you would expect either.
No,
That was
it
what was
didn't.
weird.
It
It kind of
didn't. It didn't.
hesitated for it started
It's
to
like
spin up.
and then just went
Yeah,
forward and down.
it like rotated the motors really quick and then spun up. So it like shook really hard first, and then it spun up and just kind of shot down towards the ground.
So it fell from 3 feet. I had the master air screw propellers in, so those are nice and plastic. So it totally.
Don't tell them that. You didn't tell them that, did you?
You guys didn't hear this. This is all confidential.
We'll edit that out later.
Can we censor that out? Because you already know how that's gonna go with those guys.
Yeah, don't mention that.
It's got
don't
parts
mention
from
it.
China, but it's
By the way, I don't use
here.
I don't use
Yeah.
their props anymore anyway because I had them for the Mavic 2 sidebar, squirrel bar.
I won't use them either.
They were crap. I mean, they were paper thin, and I'd snap the tips off of them in storage.
They are
annoyed
quieter. I will say they are quieter.
Not really. Really?
Yes, they are. They are.
Do you really
much
care? I mean,
Wait a minute. Do you understand? Now you literally have the understanding of why tonight's episode is called Spaced.
yeah.
Because there's so many different things. It's like it's a Chinese drone, but you have U.S. camera fish, and you bought it from the Chinese DJI drone company.
Messy.
How the fudge does that happen?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm dude. Don't worry about a little bit of noise with the stock props.
Well,
I mean,
I think
especially
you
with
ask
carrier
the
refresh
retailer?
and play.
I can ask them. They're gonna say, it's a professional camera store, so they probably are getting these kind of like B&H or any of these places. They might get them early,
You would
and this is
think.
probably what occurred. And so it's just like,
But
oh,
it
here,
doesn't
let's
make
rush
any
them out the
sense
door.
why.
When did the drone come out in November?
Yeah, like mid-November.
Yeah, and I got it like November 21st. So it was like right after, like
Yeah, it
probably
was
the
fast.
first week. So it was fast. And so I got it and I bound it and I did everything because I bounded the Mavic Air 2 and
Hey, Ron.
the Mini 2 and everything. They've all been bounded quickly.
Okay, Angel, can you start over? Ron just got here.
No. Ron, go back and watch it later.
Okay, to make a long story short, Ron, Angel and I were flying at this fantastic place. It's actually listed on Greg's site as the #1 place to fly that you can get by with in Seattle because it's owned by Mercer Island. What's so cool? It's not owned by any of the parks. So anyway, you can go there and you can fly. All you got to do is get clearance from local airport. You got 400 feet all the way around. You got great views of the backside of Seattle and everything. It's really, really awesome.
Seattle, Bellevue, Mount Rainier, the Cascade Mountains. Beautiful.
Yeah, you're in a pretty area.
Anyway,
times.
he was hand launching and the drone went askew and it crashed.
Oh.
And it folded up one arm. We forgot to mention that part. It folded up one
Which
arm.
drone are we discussing, Bill?
The Mavic 3, the big boy.
The big boy.
Okay, so and it
Fell from
folded up
3 feet. Fell from 3 feet.
And but we're pretty sure that it's either bent or crimped the ribbon cable because the gimbal's doing that jitter.
Oh yeah.
I would totally change the ribbon cable on my own. Screw DJI and just get a cable.
Well, he's got care refresh.
He's got care
I
refresh.
know, but it's
Yeah,
like
that's
it's like,
wait a
like
minute.
$20 in like a
Hey,
couple hours, and you'll be back in the
Angel,
air and working
Angel.
again. And the hell with care refresh.
It's
You can
okay.
like
It just
destroy
gives
it.
me time to edit some videos.
I got
Oh,
something
maybe.
for I got it.
Maybe.
Hey, send DJ an email back. Offer him $5 for a translator so that your care refresh will talk to the Chinese girl.
Oh man.
Come on, that was fun.
Yeah, it's very probable it's just the ribbon cable
Ron,
got wonked.
Apparently, when I tried to, so I bound my drone, and
Yeah.
when I tried to do a DJ online care refresh, it wouldn't let me move forward. And so I bought a 2-year refresh package for the Mavic 3, and they said I have a China version drone with a US bound DJI care refresh.
Oh,
And
But
so
it's
I
not
had to wait 3 days or 1 to 2 business days for information from them, which Bill was clearly livid about the situation. I got a message this morning from a lovely representative named April, who told me that of the situation, and I can either send it back to China to get service, free service, or I burn one of my DJI Camera Fresh options. Okay,
but do you need to understand that just because you didn't see if there was an error listed, DJI might see something different in the flight logs. They want the drone back because
they'll see all the telemetry. They might see something you didn't see. Crypto Man says it's not easy to replace the ribbon cable, and he's probably right. You probably have to take half the damn drone apart to get to the stupid thing where it connects into the aircraft. The Mavic 2 seemed to be the exception. The Mavic 2 series was easy to swap cameras and stuff. it was like 6 screws, if I recall, and 15 minutes after you did it once.
That was the reason. See, each episode that I do every week, people don't understand is there's something that's gone on, whether it's not necessarily something that's gone on in the drone world. It could be something that's gone on in my personal life, and that's where the evolution of the episodes come from. Because I would love to be able to plan them more explicitly like Ron does, but most everything is very spontaneous with us. So, with that being said, what do you all think?
We're not as well planned as we look.
I don't know. It looks really professional when you post your listing for the show. Every Monday.
He's got an agenda.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's really good. And plus you get like 80 viewers and stuff. So that's pretty cool. That means people value your opinion. Gary's here. He said squirrel.
Yeah.
You missed the tremendous squirrel. Gary's a camera bird pilot again.
Mini 3-man there.
Yeah. So anyway, Bob,
yeah,
would you like to share anything before we and Steve? Tonight's show, I'm just going squirrel for a second. We were going to our favorite photos or our favorite photo software. We were going to do a quick edit. And if you didn't feel like you wanted to do it, you're more than welcome to critique our edits. So if it's up to you about that. But first, Bob has just come back from a whirlwind tour of Greece and has some very fantastic footage and possibly some photos to share with us. So,
well, okay, hang on here. Let me share something here.
Save the sizzle. Bob, save the sizzle, man. If you're going to do videos for YouTube, save the sizzle.
Okay.
That's what Art always says on Art Code. Save the sizzle.
Save the sizzle, huh?
Save the sizzle. That's his trademark.
No. And
Art's in the chat. I see him.
All right. So here.
All right.
Let's start with this one here.
Okay.
This is an exclusive neighborhood in Santorini where these homes on this hill rent for upwards of between $2,000 and $3,000 a night. And I was
harassing them.
Yes, I was harassing them. That's their private little cove there. We were standing. You'll see in a moment here. It's this one I did edit and then cut it down, kind of thing. But you can kind of see what what an estate in Santorini looks like, far away from the tourists here.
Bright, white.
Yes.
Or look at the swimming pools too.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
are they swimming pools or dust pools?
No, those are swimming pools and all. That tank you see right there. Let me go back a hair.
Now, which one of these did you rent, Bob?
None.
He was in the tank.
Yes, that tank is the desalination plant for the island of Santorini.
Oh, wow.
That's expensive stuff when you desalinate like that.
Yes, and there's our crew.
Oh, that was the crew?
Yeah, there's me and Audrey and our couple that's real good friends of ours and our cab driver.
Does that lady have a Does that lady have a pocket two in her hand?
Yes, she has my pocket two in her hand.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that a pocket two in your hand, or are you just happy to see it?
I knew he was going there.
So let me change video here. This next one, you know, I'm sure I'm going to get in trouble somewhere for
Nemo
this.
cement ponds.
Okay.
No, they'll blame me first. Think about it.
Bob, I was about to say you're zoomed in way hardcore, right? You're.
Oh God, we're gonna go full with this. We're gonna go full. Go for it, Bob.
All right.
Wow.
This is too pretty not to share full screen.
Yep. All right. So the cab driver said it's no problem. I can take you to right place where you can get a shot of the Acropolis here.
Oh wow.
I said, "Are you sure?" And he said, "No problem. I've taken people there before." And
Look at all the people.
we sat at a restaurant
Wow.
across the street, and the guy at the restaurant says, "No problem. You can launch it right here from the table."
Look at all those people. Like, what is he
I like
doing?
how laid back they are over in Greece.
Yeah.
I noticed about here that there's a crane in the middle, and
What
I
an
went up
opportunity for an
higher,
orbit.
and I missed the wires here on the crane here. So, but I just fascinated when I got over that how huge Athens is.
Oh wow, that is a big city.
I am just
Pretty packed.
blown away
Wow.
about this is Athens. And I was, you know, just blown away. And of course, since I'm already here, I might as well get the this is some landmark auditorium from the, you know, 600 BC or something or another here, you know, kind of thing.
Everything
And,
over is old, yeah.
Yeah, everything's old. It's pretty cool.
You can
Yeah.
just see Zeus throwing thunderbolts down from the mountain.
Yeah, older.
That's
older
the
than-
restaurant that we
Oh,
were
wow.
sitting in.
It wasn't
That's
crowded.
across
yeah.
the street from there.
Oh wow,
And-
here we go.
This is the Olympic Stadium that was built in 1840,
Oh wow.
and
Isn't it
it was the
amazing
first-
that was built like then?
But wait, tell it. Here you go. Tell the stories right there,
first
Bob.
time they used the Olympic rings, and that's where the first use of the Olympic rings was right there.
But that's like
Oh.
poured concrete, isn't it? They didn't have poured concrete in like the
This
It's
is from
19th century, did they?
1840, 1840 something or another.
When was
it's like
concrete
19th
invented?
century.
Huh?
But when concrete was invented?
I
Yeah,
have
when?
no clue.
It was invented by they had concrete vessels in the Civil War. Think about it, guys.
No, I'm serious. I didn't realize that. I mean, that looks like nicely poured concrete. You know,
Yeah,
it's like
it is. Yeah.
I think of that as something.
This is the Olympic Stadium from the
Wow.
1800s there. So then
Oh,
This is-
Kirsho says the Romans invented concrete. Okay.
this is
bad.
there's a peak in the middle of Athens called the St. George Church, and it's the highest point, and we are about 50 yards under the highest point right
Invented
here.
orgies too, by the way, which is
And
cool.
the building next to that greenery there is the legislature of Greece, and you'll see here.
Ooh.
You'll see in a minute where we are. There's the peak.
What mountain is that, Bob?
I don't know the name of it. I know that they call it the St. George. There's the church at the top of there is St.
Ooh,
George.
orbit opportunity. Did you orbit it? Did you orbit it? Did you orbit it?
No.
Why? Oh, why not? Oh, wow.
Oh, Chuck just missed out on his cigarette moment.
And the guy
I
with
know.
number 9 on there, that's our cab driver.
That's the
That's
cabbie.
Dimitri's. Yeah.
Oh my God, an orbit op! I'm just so disappointed, Bob. Oh
It is
man.
called
You'll get it next time he's over there,
Lick-a-Bettis.
Chuck.
Yeah, I'll go over there and do it right. I'll do you right, Bob. I'll get over
Good
there.
for him.
I'll take care of it.
Oh,
You
Now,
shot your
Bob, did you speak any Greek while you were over there?
did I what?
Did you speak any of the language? Any
No.
Greek while you were over
No, no. All the cab drivers in Athens speak English. Yeah.
Concrete cement shoes.
there?
You want to see some other ones here? I have a little
You better
Perugia.
get us back on track again, Bob. You better show something good.
Let me show you one more
He's
here.
showing good stuff. That's so amazing. That trip's just amazing.
He's going to edit, so make sure to tune into Bob's channel. He's going to edit all this and get it up in a final video.
What was it,
Yeah,
2 weeks,
man,
Bob?
that
Was it
makes
2
my
weeks?
beach video look like nothing.
This is all rough footage tonight. Here we go.
But if Bob was there, you were there 2 weeks, weren't you, Bob? Like between all
Yeah.
your stops?
3 weeks, yeah.
Jesus, 3 weeks. I had 2 weeks of Scotland. I'm just finishing up the videos a year later. I mean, like
Yes,
you'll be editing stuff forever.
All right. So this is where we stayed in Perugia after the cruise. That's the guy that owns the bed and breakfast. I gave him an old card hat. But let me speed this along here.
They're like super enthusiastic with the drones and stuff. It's pretty cool.
This is what's called a boro. The Italian people can give me. It's like a small medieval village that has a church and homes and different things around it, and that's where this bed and breakfast was that we stayed at. So
Bob, Mark Fisher had a message for you. He said,
Yeah,
I
here
want
we
to
go, here we
see
go.
edited video in 1 hour, Bob.
And then Maddie backed that up.
Good luck with
so
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
And
this,
then,
Bob, this is all for the Mini 3 Pro.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say it's all Mini 3 Pro stuff, right,
All
Bob?
Mini 3 Pro. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
did you change? Is this like descending like, or is this just auto?
Looks normal.
Auto.
Yeah,
Total
I was gonna say
auto.
it's normal. Well, you could tell it was normal because he had some blowout in the other shots with the
Yeah.
white stuff being
Yeah.
like really like blown
Now,
out.
Bob,
See,
do you have
that's what I was
or
gonna-
anything here?
If anybody got upset with Bob and said he should have never flown over the Parthenon, he could say, "Well, it's kind of like snow blindness. I got blinded by all the white buildings."
White there. Yes. Okay, hang on. I got another one. One more real. This is a church that was built in the 1200s, in
Wow.
the 13th century, and
Back when we were young, Bob.
13th
back when we were
century.
kids, you know.
That's the
and,
coolest thing. That's the coolest thing about Europe and like the UK and stuff. You see stuff that's
Okay,
really old.
so hang on here. Right, I'm got to control
That's
the
an
right
old farm
video
field.
here. Here we go.
Fast forward.
Okay, so this is Perugia in Italy.
No.
This is, hang on, right about here I start.
There you go.
Okay, here we go. And then you can see out in the distance at the base of that mountain out there is Assisi, the,
Minotaurs.
you know, St. Francis of Assisi place
Oh, yeah,
there.
yeah, I saw the movie.
That's there.
Uh-huh.
And then here's the church,
You mean ruins of the church?
the ruins of the church.
Nice.
The Germans occupied this church during World War II, and
They did all
America, and we bombed this church.
Oh, okay. We did damage.
Yes. So
It's our fault.
hang on, I got a few more different scenes of that. There you can kind of see that, and then I flew into the bell tower, which is still standing there.
I see. Nice.
You're gonna be editing for hours.
Oh yeah.
Weeks, months.
Yes.
Maybe
But it was
longer.
fun. I have to tell you, it was.
It is fun.
It
You had
is
nice. It doesn't
incredible
look very
fun.
windy. I mean, there's a breeze there, but it looks
Yeah.
like
It was going not too bad. You know,
yeah. Mini
10
3's pretty
miles
capable.
an hour maybe.
Mini 3's pretty capable anyway.
Oh yeah, I put it up in a variety of places that had a lot of wind. So, anywho,
Super.
Thanks for indulging me.
Oh no, that was
No,
awesome.
thanks, Bob. That was
Everybody
great
enjoyed that.
footage. Thanks for
So
sharing.
the big thing is make sure to tune in to Bob's channel in the very near. Well, I'm not going to say very near future. Sometime in the future
Yeah.
to see the finished product.
Now,
Well,
Bob, you
maybe
return
one
to
of many.
the regular live shows on Wednesday.
I'm going to go back starting the beginning of September. We got a
Okay.
couple things going on here. Actually, I just got dumped with a ton of work, of
really?
real work. I've been
Work.
shooting video and stuff for a SPCA animal shelter here,
Uh-huh.
and they're doing a big fundraising thing, and I had to do a production for their event. So,
You need me to fly out to Vegas and give you a hand, Bob?
Nice.
please, please, yes, 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 yes.
All right, so super cool.
all right.
Do we all want to indulge in the edit of a photo, a quick edit of a photo in our favorite software, or do we want to just keep talking about drones?
You can do that.
About other things. Angel, you want to do that too?
I'm good. Whatever.
Ron, you good for it? Steve,
if we
you
have
want
enough
to-
time,
yeah,
I'll
or
do
you
it.
want to, or you want to critique them?
Me?
Yeah, would you rather critique one or would you rather do one?
Well, I got the laptop that I have in front of me. It would not be able to handle anything, and I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
so-
not prepared with the
Are you
photo.
going to judge?
Well, that's
And
totally
you
that's-
Steve and I
wanna
will
see the
judge.
editing process either.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Chuck and Steve are going to judge.
We'll judge
and we-
Steve.
Who wants to go first? Who wants to go first? Am I going to have to go first?
I say like get my pad of paper and like
Peter, what are we doing here? We're gonna
so,
take
you know,
a.
You're doing
Okay,
a live-
how about this? How about this? How about this? I'll give you an idea. I'll go first. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because I do believe Ron is going to
I'll
use
practice.
Luminar. I mean Skylum Neo.
Two. Yeah.
He's going to use Neo. So I'm going to use Photo Director. Right?
I need a Sharpie.
Bill, if you want to do Neo, I can always do Lightroom
I
instead.
was just kidding. Steve.
No,
You
that's
don't have to
totally
do it
cool
that
with
way.
me. I'm going
I was just
to
kidding. We don't have to do
remove
it that
all
way.
these
You don't need flip cards.
because I want to do the whole thing.
I have
Straight up.
Photoshop queued up.
Yeah, so
There
Bob
you
can
go.
do Photoshop. You can do Neo.
I'm just
gonna
gonna put a
do-
photo straight up out the drone because I don't have
You know what? I
any-
wish I had thought of ahead of time. I wish Bob would have sent me one of his Greek photos to edit.
Ah,
Well, it doesn't really matter. It's up to you all. So here's the thing. I'm going to let me do this. I got to put him. Let me put him over here. Oh shit! It won't let me move it. Come here. Come on. Why won't you let me move it? Come on. There we go. Thank you. Boom. Here we go. Boom. Come here. Come here.
Bear with us, folks. He's setting up.
It's
these
okay.
things
Steve's
is
playing with
never
his Mini
easy.
3. I can't keep my hands off of mine either. It's bad.
Okay, so you can see the. I guess I don't need it full screen. You can see this is the Photo Director 365. So what is it? Cyberlink. It's kind of like a lower end program, but it does okay. It's got all kinds of different effects you can put on software. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an AI HDR that you can edit or whatever. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go. What's weird is I'm going to have to pull one photo. Let me go up here first. It's kind of strange. I'm going to have to pull one photo here. This.
LumaFusion.
And then I'm going to come back up here, and I've got to add 4 more. Come here. It's a fidgety program. Come here.
This is a photo editor.
Yeah, but I'm just doing an HDR merge. So here's ding, 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 and ding. You're gonna add all 4 of these. Yeah. Oh, you butthole! You're gonna be a butthole, aren't you? So I'm gonna have to.
Oh, so it HDRs the 4 shots.
No, it will. I need 5, but it's being a pain in the ass. It's not. It's making me. I'm gonna actually have to go in and get it in a different way. So just to pull the one file in. Let's see if it'll let me add it this way. Nope, it's not gonna let me do that.
No likey.
Screw it. They'll just do it with 4. But as you can see, this is. See, there's the Space Needle right there. This is like the backside from the island where Angel and I were at. So let's see. We're gonna do this
Space
one.
Needle looks so small from that angle.
What the
It's
hell?
only it's 670 up.
Maybe I can do it this way. Let me see if I can do it this way. So I'm gonna go to bracket HDR. Let me see if I can bring one more in this way. Come on.
Max, I agree. Editing does suck, but it's kind of necessary.
Trying to get this one picture up here. I don't know why it put this file up here. Nope, still not letting me do it. Anyway, so we're on HDR merge. So I'm gonna go boom, 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 boom. Okay, now if I had all 5 files in here, I could actually pick which file I want to be the base file. See up here, select one you want to be the main photo. The main photo contains the content you want in the HDR photo. So let's go here. We'll pick this one, and then I'll just hit merge. Okay, and it's computing. I can see everybody in the chat. I'm not trying to be a dick and forget anybody, but let's see. Yes, Max, I don't editing. I need to spend more time editing, obviously. You know, I didn't realize that hours and hours and hours is required to put out a decent video.
It's a labor of love. You get all giddy when you get something good. When you edit for like hours and hours, you get all giddy when you watch it.
Okay, so there is this is normal. As you can see over here, it's saying this is the normal HDR photo. Combining those 4 photos will remove ghost artifacts. And then it'll give you like a slider. You can do colorful. That's decent. Detailed.
Ron, check Messenger.
Okay.
Normal. And then finally, surrealistic.
I got it, Bob. Thank you.
10-4.
So, you know, that's kind of, and then you can actually export this and then send it into any editor you want to and change it around. But the thing that I thought was cool, and it was something that Stephen Hyde had brought up too, is that it gives you the ability to pick your base photo for the HDR. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh, cool.
Continue. Get that out. Stop sharing. Cool. All right. Who's ready?
I could put up one if you want.
I am.
All right. Honolulu.
Oh,
or
who-
Bob, go.
Well, you're on the loo. What?
On the
I
loo.
have a picture of Honolulu.
British
with
joke.
diamond
Oh, I
head.
thought he was talking about he was on the crapper getting ready
That's
to go.
why I said on the loo, but he's
On
the
the loo.
Honolulu.
And then it was like Honolulu.
Honolulu.
Yes,
I
yes,
haven't
Lance.
really-
I was-
Yes.
That's one thing I hate about the new Mavic 3 software. I liked it better when it would switch and roll through all the way through the zoom instead of you having to choose between 1 and 2x and then 7x and beyond.
It's only 7. You don't use anything but 7 on the Mavic 3. That's the only needed
Actually,
zoom. Other than that,
you didn't see the Blue Angels. That was 14x, and it came out spectacular.
yeah.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I liked it better when the wheel let you roll all the way
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
I liked it better when you could start from base and then zoom all the way.
Did they add 24 frames to the zoom lens finally? They were working on that. It was 25 before. It was 30 and 25. It wasn't 24.
Max, how's Tammy and whatever
tried
the
it
dog's
since
name is doing? Okay.
Jasper.
Bob, are you gonna share my screen or am I gonna? Whoever shares first is what I'm gonna put.
Oh,
Angel
I'm
or Bob,
ready.
either one.
I can show you my quickie edit
Okay.
here. Hold on.
All right, I gotta
Quickie edits.
you gotta give me a share.
Here you go.
Okay, Bob's in Lightroom. My computer is just an HP with an AMD. I can't remember, but it's like 3 years old. It's gonna
This
be.
is just a screenshot of the video I just showed, and I opened this up. This is Photoshop, and I have to tell you, usually the first thing that I do, oh, you're not seeing it, are you? No. Yeah. Interesting. The
what?
auxiliary windows don't open up here in front of it. So what I do is go to the levels control first and adjust the mid-tone to where I think it's the right place
Uh-huh.
where I would. Then I bring up the highlight from there, and then I bring down the white value. This is all from the levels control.
So this is like
Right.
doing
And-
kind of like an S curve, sort of.
And
kind of.
then I'm working with a histogram is what I'm
Okay.
doing here till so that's
I can't
my
do shit with
quickie.
histograms.
Quickie. The other really quickie method is I go to adjustments, brightness, and contrast. Okay. And I
Hello,
turn
Captain
on
Ray.
legacy and add brightness, add contrast to where just enough where I don't blow it out if I need to do something fast. Then if I'm putting something together really fast, I just, that's what I've been able to do. That's my quickie methods. Now, I mean, obviously, I go into, color balance and saturation and hues and, all of that other, adjustment layers that, I can do. And by making them adjustment layers, you can do and undo and redo, and you have a definitely a larger palette to work with when you use adjustment layers in Photoshop. So
Okay.
anyway,
I think all photo software is very similar as far as the layer aspect is concerned. I just haven't gotten into it that much with.
but
with
adjustment
video.
layers are just a layer of just that adjustment.
Yeah.
So you can go back and readjust based on other adjustments that you have.
That's what kills me about. Well, Ron's going to do that here in a second. Angel, are you ready? Give me a share.
Sure.
Give me a share,
Let's
Angel.
do this and see. Share.
I
screen.
saw what you said, Lance. Thank you very much. I haven't played with that recently to see that.
Oh, 1 sec. I have to allow this to share.
Okay.
1 sec. Oh, I think it's going to kick me out and put me back on. Sorry.
Kick you out,
Give
put
me
you
1
back
sec. I'll be right back on.
Okay.
Uh,
Are you ready, Ron?
Go to Ron and I'll.
Oh yeah, I'm ready now, Bill.
Give me a share, Ron.
Okay, let's see.
You're going Neo, right?
Going Neo here. Share screen.
Going Neo.
You can get the program, or you can, yeah.
Coordinate deny. Okay, so I need to go to. I think I got it. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, Chrome has lost permission to capture your screen. Fix it.
So he's going to have to do the same thing that Angel did.
Oh, you got to go to your preferences, system preferences, and
Maddie wants Steve's input when he.
I
comes
agree,
back.
Maddie. I was thinking the same thing. It's like Steve's been pretty to himself. He's just chilling.
I'm trying to find something. I'm just trying to find a file here
Looking
that
for
might be
something.
useful.
Oh, that's great. Well, see the thing, he uses Affinity, which I'm very curious about too, because he was saying it has a lot of similarities to Photoshop. Bob, you said you have used both.
yes.
How close, in your opinion, do you feel like Affinity is to Photoshop?
Where did Ron go?
The closest non-Photoshop it is. It's very, very close to
there's Ron.
Photoshop. I've used GIMP and I've used a variety of other not Photoshop editors. Of course, I'm on a Mac, and but Affinity was really close to it. I mean, I was showing somebody, how to slice layers and how to do a variety of other things. And
Yeah, well, while we're waiting for everybody to get prepared, and
Bill, I may be ready whenever you want to go.
Okay, but I want to spoil the Avata release for
Do it, man. I was going to ask you about the Avata. but-
freaking everyone. You ready? You ready?
Do it.
We're ready.
All right. Okay, everybody already knows my opinion because I've already talked to Gary about this personally. I think it's tuned way too high right now. I mean, Matt says no, he doesn't believe that. I think that a lot of inexperienced camera drone pilots are going to burn up some motors, and it's going to take a firmware update or two before they get it fixed. But here is the real spoiler. Would you like to spend $1,400 plus tax for the DJI Avata next Tuesday, or would you like to spend $29.95 plus tax to stream Top Gun Maverick on your television at home?
Oh wow, that's the date. That's the date, huh?
23rd. It's going to be out next
It's gonna be
Tuesday.
a disappointment compared to seeing it on a massively huge screen, unless you have a massively
Depends
huge
on what
screen
your
at
home
home.
setup is, Chuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I don't
saying. I
have
mean, most
I've
people
got
have the
decent-sized
massively huge
TV.
screen. Oh man, it was so great in the theater, though.
Is it
My
still in the
living room's a
theaters?
theater.
I don't know, but it was great in the theater.
My living room's a theater for me, anyway.
Oh, it was just that experience. I remember that seeing the first Top Gun in the theater, how epic it was.
Okay,
Good
so
stuff.
shall I go ahead and share, or?
Yeah, go for it, Angel, if you're ready. Okay, Angel's up.
Let's see if it's gonna do it.
What are you using? What are you using, Angel?
This is.
That's pretty.
I just downloaded this the other day, Easy HDR, because I was messing around with HDR photos.
Ooh, that looks sweet for an HDR.
There's some really nice contrast in that photo.
That doesn't
Well,
look like all blown out to shit
Yeah.
like some.
No,
What would you
it
say that
looks-
was again? Easy HDR. Easy
HDR, I have a
as in
Mac.
2 letters. Easy as in 2 letters.
Can you see the top? EASY HDR3.
Just
This
find
from
how
the man who
amazingly.
stands next to me and says, "How far can you see your drone out there?"
Just think it's amazing how built up that island is.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like New York
yeah.
City on an island. I
That's
mean, well, I mean, New York
exactly
City's
what I
on an
thought.
island
I'm gonna
too, but I mean, in the
make
middle
it
of the
bigger to
South
see if I can
Pacific.
see
It was
it.
like
Yeah.
Manhattan.
No, the
and,
live's in the damn
Yeah.
way, so it's easy as in EASY, right? Whoops.
And
wrong
I've never
one.
really, so I've never used Lightroom or any of these other things. But, I totally understand, boosting the saturation like Bob was talking about and messing with the highlights, messing
How
with the
much did this
shadows.
cost?
This is the demo version, and I think it's $10 to purchase. I was trying to figure out if I should invest in Lightroom. Do you need to do the Adobe series to get that? Is that part of a different?
You can get a photo package, but it still sucks unless you're a student.
Angel,
Which
what's
really
that? What's
doesn't
that?
make any sense to me why they won't just sell it. They'd sell 10 times more if they would just give that rate to everybody.
Angel, what's that
What is that?
artifact like right above the skyline, kind about not quite halfway, almost just past the third, halfway in from the.
His
This
Oh,
cursor.
that was your cursor. I was like, what is that?
Sorry,
thing?
that's my cursor. That's my
I was
cursor.
like, what is that thing?
My eyes, I could tell that was the cursor.
Couldn't tell.
But this is-
It's,
Okay, I was-
it's
but
an
you just
important-
had left
yeah,
it there. I'm like,
landmark
what is
here,
that?
the cursor,
Yeah, 10-4.
Yeah.
Well, very cool.
Yeah,
Thought
but
I had a
this
floater
was
or
a cool
something.
place. This was
Yeah,
a cool place.
great clouds there, Angel.
In the
Clouds look
forest.
pretty
It
awesome.
was the forest
Yeah.
reserve up above, and so you had a view of the punch bowl and everything. As a matter of fact, this was a panoramic photo, and
Ooh, check
there's
that
the
out.
punch
There you go.
bowl, and there's the airport back over there.
Uh-huh.
So the only problem, I don't know what birds these were, but they were these white birds that were
Storky looking things.
Yeah,
They're a pain in the ass. They're on Maui
I was
too.
in the Hawaii drone group, and I was like, "What are these seagulls?" And they're like, "We don't have seagulls out here." So
No, they
I
have these
never
storky things that are really
Yeah.
annoying when you're flying your drone. I ran into them with Maui, and they piss me off on a regular basis.
Yeah, so I have
it
some
automatically aligns, too.
beautiful footage, but then annoying because every once in a while you have like a bird trying to chase you. So I remember
Yeah,
taking
yeah, they were
photo,
pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
and,
But
it's
it's always
we were
like a
trying to take-
screensaver, Angel. That
Exactly.
Yeah.
it was like the blues are like you don't have to do anything. The blues are just they're like cartoonish blues, like naturally.
Yeah,
It's insane.
Yeah. So this
Okay,
was
hang
a
on just a second. Hang on just a second.
beautiful shot.
Hang on just a second. Steve, what do you think thus far of these softwares and the edits and what you've seen?
Well, I like it. This one's really pretty. Like Chuck was saying, the blues are amazing. The color's amazing. Where is
It
this?
doesn't
Is this
seem really blown out.
That's Oahu.
Hawaii? Did you say?
That's
Oahu?
Honolulu.
Yeah.
The island,
it's very
it's
pretty.
Oahu, right? The island's Oahu, Honolulu.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah, it's the top of
Diamond Head, and
Near Diamond
I'm in
Head,
the
yeah.
hill right behind. Yeah.
yes. There's a
Park
you
up there
drive
on
right
the-
up there.
Take all those pictures at.
The only time I've
Yep.
spent on Oahu was at the airport. Sadly, I've always been on my way to Maui.
Yeah, I've flown from Hilton down to Diamond Head and back with an Air 2S.
Okay.
Oh wow!
Very cool.
Yeah, you can do
and
that.
The Hilton is back over here. So he flew from over here back over here. And I could probably have pushed the Mavic 3 and gone out there as well.
What about the
Well,
trade winds and stuff?
if
How's that
you-
affect
if
your
you-
flight time?
If you hike to the top of Diamond Head, you get great pictures too.
Yes, you only get pictures there. So what was interesting was the whole time we were there, we were getting these 35 to 40 mile an hour winds, and UAV forecast was like, "Do not fly." And then I was like, "But I'm only here for like 5 days."
So you just send it anyway.
I sent it up.
Hey,
So
Good man.
Good for the moment.
Cool. And I said, hey, no. But there were periods where the winds died down, and so then I would go. And this was like an early morning, and the winds were perfect.
All right,
along
Ron,
the
give me a share.
backside of the mountains. So then you don't have. I'll stop my sharing.
No, but that's why your
backside
lighting's
of
so
the
nice.
mountains.
You said it was early morning, so you had that
It
nice,
was early morning. Yeah.
long shadowy light
Yeah. So no, it was a great
and
shot.
lower winds.
Here we are in Luminar Neo. Look what he's got up. Oh,
Okay,
Bob sent you the
Bob
picture.
just sent me
Bob
this a
sent
few
you the
minutes ago.
picture.
Bob,
Go.
you set the scene. This is go ahead.
I had just taken off, and I had started going forward towards the Parthenon, and just kind of checking it out. I had already flown over the highway that separated the restaurant from the grounds of the Parthenon, and I just started going, and I had a cheering section in the restaurant saying, "Go ahead, do it, fly over it, go, go, go,
go." Yeah.
But this one, you're back a little bit, and you're a little bit lower, right?
Yeah.
So okay, well, I'm in Luminar Neo, the latest version, and with the HDR extension, but we're not going to use that here because we don't have multiple pictures here. So we're going to go right. We have a whole bunch of presets here that you could work with, but we're going to go right to straight edit here. So we're in the editing window right now, and this one kind of, he flew during the day, so he's really overexposed. So I'm going to go right to the develop tab and go down to the curves, because that's a powerful tool, and see if I can kind of correct some of this right away. So I'm going to overdo things here, like, I'm going to exaggerate how I would normally edit okay, I've got the shadows back a little bit there. I've taken a lot of the overexposure out. The clouds have detail now. So I would fine tune that more, but I'm going to work through it fast here. So I'm going to go to Enhance Now tab, and this is all under the Essentials menu, and pull up the AI accent. This is just intelligent, kind of software that kind of fix everything at the same time. Now hit the sky a little bit here. Now I know it's too blue up top. It's too much color, but we'll take care of that in a little bit here. So we'll go down to color here. We'll tone the saturation down here so it doesn't look so over the top. Maybe we'll hit the vibration up just a little bit or whatever. So we still have a problem. The shadows are still too intense there. So we're going to go all the way down to professional and go to super contrast mode. And I'm going to go right down to the shadows. I'm going to turn the top slider up. It's kind of the volume more or less. And then I'm going to go with the balance down here and see if I can improve that. Okay, now I've got the shadows a little bit more under control. So let's go to the midtones contrast, bump that up to about 40 again. And let's see here. We're going to bring that up a little bit, just a little bit. That didn't do a whole lot, but go to the highlights now and see what we can do with those. So
clean up and highlight.
We're gonna bring them down a little bit. And
the Ron Brown secret weapon, super contrast.
Yeah. So
super contrast.
The super contrast is one of the best tools in there. We'll even look at color harmony too here and see if that can help us. So
I think we should put that on a T-shirt. Super contrast.
And we're going to take the brilliance down a little bit to kind of get rid of that, almost too blue a look there.
Like maybe, the cartoonish blue.
Yeah, maybe we'll warm it up a little bit here too. Just a little bit. And I like because that split color warmth here too. So you can warm up the warm parts and cool down the cool parts. So let's see how that'll work for us here.
Oh wow, check that out.
That's a little extra warm, and then we'll cool down that blue sky a little bit. There we go. Now it's not so ocean blue there. So
Okay, do you ever go into your individual colors and either like dial down the luminance or dial down the
we could do that
saturation?
right here. We could control the hue, the saturation, or the luminance. So what do you think we should take? What do you think we should take down here, or pop up a little bit?
Oh, saturation. I'd give it a hair more.
Boost the saturation.
Well, we could go right up here and do a little saturation and probably the vibrance, because the vibrance is kind of needed, because the vibrance brings the colors out that you don't normally see. So we could punch up all the way you want, or I can go for individual colors. Like those rocks are sort of like in the orange yellow space here. So let's see if we can. We can bring them up or we can take them down.
Oh, that's wild. Yeah, that's crazy.
When you were actually there.
Yeah, that's getting better.
I was shaking so hard, and to be honest with you, I was trying not to pee in my pants.
We can take a little more blue out of the sky.
I know exactly how you felt, Bob. I know exactly how you felt, man. Flying in Scotland, I was like that.
Bob,
I had Scottish guys egging me on. Come on, Chuck, just fly it. You could send it. Fly it. Holy
shit!
shit!
The landscape here, do a little dehaze on it.
Yeah,
it helps a little bit.
Yeah,
and,
there was a haze that day. It was definitely
a real high in the dehaze.
It was a hazy day, and that was in all my shots.
You got a little dodge and burn you could do too.
Yeah.
Yep,
what was with the haze in Bob? What was with the haze? Was it like some kind of
Europe?
Dust?
Europe was like 95 degrees and 95 humidity.
Oh, super humid.
Yeah, and I mean it was just like fog,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got the layered lighting too. Remember the relight?
Yeah.
You can do a relight. You can actually change
the bird more precise, but I could have gone up here to
mostly, Andrew. Mostly, not always.
And we could do masking here. Like we could just say we could do mask AI here, and it'll pick up different parts of the image here. Like we'll be able to relight just
okay, Ron, does this look
just
familiar to you? Do you remember the what was the program that was just made for drone pictures?
Yeah, what was that called?
Let me see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look here.
Okay.
Whoa.
So now here, for instance, we could do is just go to the sky and we could just adjust that. Like we can. It's a little bright here, so maybe we'll take the brightness down a little.
Ron, can you do that with video too? Because I've had some stuff with the Mini 3 Pro where because the desyntalic's so aggressive, the sky gets blown out, and you need to mask it and fix it. I know it's a side topic. I kind of went squirrel on you a little bit, but
what are you using for software?
DaVinci.
I used to use DaVinci, but I've been away from it for enough years that I couldn't tell you anymore.
I think I have to mask, and then fix the sky.
So we'll go
Air Magic, Ron.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
remember Air Magic
architecture, and we'll brighten up a little bit.
Yeah, it was another Luminar or Skylum product, Air Magic. That's where that AI reminds me.
Okay, well, we could go in all night, but I'm not really happy with that. But
baby, go all night.
You see the changes we made, though.
Oh, massive, amazing. Can you
do before and after?
Can you do it before?
Let's see here. I can do it. See it's a little.
You open it in another window.
Undo, redo.
Save this and open it again in another window.
There you go.
Well, you could do in the Luminar. The great thing, you can do the same things twice. Like even though we've already did like it's something to develop, we could it already like it's built in layers, Bob. Like if I did something else and develop, it wouldn't affect the last time I used it. It would be like a second layer. Like let's add some super contrast here.
Super contrast, not just contrast, but super contrast.
Down a little bit.
Each edit. Each edit is an individual layer.
Yeah. And what you can look at your edits up here, Bob. Look, I'm going up to edits now. See, it says 10. This shows all the edits we have done.
Okay.
So far.
Yeah, it's a history palette.
Yeah. It's kind of like it's like adjustment layer, but for dummies.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
What? The guns have never run. What?
All
this about this.
Here's a nice too, guys. Look, you can put a vignette
does
on
kind
it,
of
right?
give you that look.
Choose a subject, I'm going to choose, the structure as a subject. Then I'm going to, put a, a vignette around here. But also you can go down here to advanced settings and you can do inner light. So you can lighten up the part that you set as the subject. See how it lightened up the front of the structure there with the inner light? So
interesting. Wow.
there we go.
I would have done that differently. I would have
Bill,
done that
I
with
got some news today. Luminar's going to come out with another extension at the end of the month, like a noise AI. So it's going to intelligently reduce the noise in all of your images. If you click the button, like here, this may have a little bit of noise because so we can go. There's noise in here too. Where is it? It's in right here. Denoise. So it'll be a better version of what I'm about to do here. So it may have been a little noise on the side.
The shit out of everything, though. I would rather not. That's the only thing I hate doing is using a whole lot of denoise because it seems like every software, it like softens the hell out of the edges.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
If you can avoid using, that of course, and here we'll sharpen up a little bit. Here we'll sharpen the whole image up a little bit. We can even increase the details too, like we'll pump up the details. So if you you blew it up a little bit, you get more detail in the photo.
It's like all the stuff that you read about in all the Greek mythology and things like this. This is one of those buildings that's actually part of the stories, and it's actually that kind of thing. And like when Bob was go ahead.
Wasn't it built to Athena? Wasn't it?
Yeah, something. I think so. Or what was the one that was built with the giant bust of Zeus that had like the machine in it? Remember he was seated. He was seated. I thought it was the Parthenon that he was seated on the throne.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about, Chuck? There was, and it had a machine in it. It was like and you've seen it I've seen it on the History Channel. I'm talking about. I'm trying to remember. Well, let's just see why was Parthenon built?
Anyway,
I don't remember.
I was not supposed to be here this day. We had a tour planned to go to some wildlife refuge outside of Athens, and it got canceled. And so instead, I put the drone together, and we went out and found the closest cab driver, and this guy walked right straight up to us and said, "I can take you, no problem. I'll take you to all the best places to fly, no problem." Took us to a store, took us to a restaurant. I'm sure he got a kickback from everybody, but we had a wonderful time.
Bob, how'd you make out with the batteries? Did you get the regular?
Yeah.
Found
I went
cells?
with 2 of each, and then I wound up. Now I got three small ones, and I have 2 big ones. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. No problem though.
I think we all love King Crab.
King Crab.
But Bob is completely and absolutely correct. It was built to honor Athena.
Athena, yes. The goddess.
And
yes.
This and the one I was talking about is the seated Zeus is the sanctuary of Olympia in Greece and erected in the temple of Zeus.
Ah, okay.
Anyway.
The temple of Zeus, we went there. I remember this, and there wasn't nothing to see, and there was way too many people. It was columns kind of knocked down on this like football-sized field of places, and that was the Zeus. But we opted not to see that.
That's why there's none left. He ate it all.
Burp. Very cool.
Okay, so it's been kind of an interesting evening. We've had some squirrel moments. We've had some. I tried to steal the thunder of the Avata for. Are we pretty sure the 23rd is the release date?
So everybody's saying, Bill.
Sure, middle of my vacation.
Are you aware?
Pretty definite on Ron's show last night.
That's when the Mavic 2 series came out.
Are you aware of what we're talking about, Steve?
Yep.
Oh, are you interested in the Avata?
I don't know. It's like Yeah, I don't know. I watched this. You guys, Matty Hapoya. You know who he is on YouTube?
Mhm.
You watch any of his stuff?
Yep,
Yeah.
Maddie. Yeah.
Yeah. He flew the original FPV in one of his videos, and I'm like, geez, that's the closest I ever came to buying that drone. And
you didn't
they
get it.
dropped. Why didn't I get it?
No, you didn't
Did you
get
say
it. You
I didn't
skipped
get it?
Did
Oh,
you?
sorry. What?
The original DJI FPV.
Me?
Yeah.
He did not get it.
I
You
did not
skipped
get
it.
it. I did. But watching his video was the closest I ever came to buying it. And, the price just dropped and blah, blah, blah. And then this Avata came out. But I don't know. I like everything I heard about the Avata. I'm not sure it's going to be the one I want either. So we'll see.
I don't
it's
see
pretty
here.
It's going to be
pricey
like kindergarten. It's going to be like kindergarten FPV. I mean, the DJI FPV, I have that thing, and it's fun
Yeah.
in sport mode because I'm too uncoordinated to fly true acro mode.
It doesn't have acro anyway.
But the Avata is supposed to work with my existing FPV drones, motion controller, RC, and goggles. So I can just buy the drone, and I'm wondering,
$629 is the supposed price.
Hey, so sell the FPV drone and get the Avata.
That's what I might do.
Lori wants to properly crash the FPV drone. I'm going to let her give it a whirl.
What?
I mean,
she's
fly
gonna try-
it. She wants
she's
to
gonna
fly
try
it.
an acro. She's going to try an full acro. Well,
No,
that's cool.
no, not at first. But Lori's a warrior. She probably will fly it in acro eventually. I don't have the guts to, but she'll do it.
Oh,
And
trust me, if I had the DJI FPV drone, my wife would happily fly it in acro. And then if she crashed it, she'd be like, "Here's your controller."
well, remember, where's Crispin? Where's Sunrise Media? He was always like hashtag swing set FPV. I mean, he puts that in all our videos.
He does.
Lori really
bluegrass
wants to make good on
Wednesday
that.
nights. He does bluegrass on Wednesday nights.
Well, Lori wants to do them right. She wants to do the swing set FPV. She's
I
determined
personally
to do
don't see. Of course, I guess since what they're doing is they're prepping for remote ID. So it's got GPS on it, and it's got APOS on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's seriously kindergarten FPV for the true blue FPV pilots. They're going to be like,
Cinewhoops
yeah,
don't really
nah.
do acro anyway. I've not
Don't
any
they?
that I've
You
never
can dive
really
with them
seen
and stuff.
You should be able to dive with this drone. But I'm just trying to say is
Rumor is
you don't really see. I don't see Cinewhoops really doing flips and stuff a whole lot, or doing like power loops and Matty flips.
Yeah, it's more about the agility to go through all those tight spots, like bowling
Exactly,
alleys
and get
stuff.
something
And
get cinematic footage. Now, the only
Yeah.
thing that's crazy about it is where it's just got that one axis gimbal. So as you go in and you're banking, it's going to show that bank.
Mhm.
So mine will, but it sucks at it. I can dive my Cinewhoop. Yeah, see. But
I think it'll be a really fun drone.
Mike,
I will.
do most Cinewhoops have acro? I didn't think that was something that was really I mean, they might have it, but it's not something that people would really use because it kind of defeats the whole purpose of a Cinewhoop, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just
I don't
curious.
know. I don't fly enough FPV to know.
I'm just curious because packing so like when I'm going on vacation here soon, I'm gonna bring the Mavic 3 and the Mini 3 Pro and the RC, although the RC Pro now works with it because everything packs nice and small. I want to bring my FPV drone for some shots, but it's such a pain in the ass to pack it because between the goggles and everything, it takes up so much space. It just I need a whole nother bag just to carry that behemoth. So if this Avata fits better, I mean the goggles are still too damn big. That's gonna get me to buy the new goggles probably. But
Yeah.
that thing might actually have a chance. Yeah, now you're talking. So that's a good.
Oh,
place to go.
Ketchikan's right up above me. That's not too far from. It's kind of funny. So, Chuck's gonna wave as he goes by.
I'll wave as I go by.
Yeah,
You're flying
he'll
into
wave as he
Seattle, or are you flying up to Anchorage?
goes. He's
Yeah,
flying up
Anchorage.
to-
Yeah.
Okay, so what would your if you were gonna buy it, Steve? What would you need it to be? Like to me, I think it needs at least a 2-axis gimbal.
Well,
That's
yeah.
my
I mean,
opinion.
I don't know. I've never flown an FPV. I mean,
Maybe they'll send them one. Maybe they did.
Send me one? No.
Maybe they did. You don't have to answer that, but I don't put your NDA. But
no,
yeah,
I'm not even on the radar. But like, you know, somebody made a comment the other day on one of my videos and talked about that drone FPV. And it's like, in order to get those really good shots, they're high risk shots, right? You're flying through stuff. You're flying low,
high risk shots.
So it's like, as soon as he said that, I'm like, yeah, geez.
But with the goggles, they're not as high risk because when you're first person view with the goggles, those things aren't so scary. That's what makes FPV so fun for me. When I'm flying that big clunky DJI FPV drone, I don't go super fast, but I'm going like along stream beds and stuff, and you can see the twigs of death and everything and avoid them. That's what's cool about it.
Yeah.
Even though you get that banky helicopter feel kind of when you're flying it.
Okay, so does the Avata have an angle mode? There's a question for you, or is it just straight everything stabilized?
Because
it already now here's what I'm trying to think, because he's saying 2-axis gimbal will take away, but it's already got 2 different forms of stabilization on the drone itself.
Yeah.
Through software.
Right.
So all I'm thinking is that second axis would accentuate that software.
Isn't that going to crop it in quite a bit though? That's going to crop in your camera quite a bit if it's doing the digital stabilization on you're going to frame it in more like this so they can.
Wait a minute. So he's saying it does have a manual mode. I thought it didn't have.
Oh, Manny, nice.
I thought it didn't have acro.
It definitely was. People get confused. Manual and acro are the same thing. It definitely, nothing's definite. The definite rumors are it has manual.
Oh, okay, but I thought to begin with the rumors were that it didn't have.
Right, but
that's what I thought at first. That it didn't.
360, the rumors now say there will be a manual.
Well, they'll sell a lot more of them that way the second time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still think
then they'll have to sell it with the other controller.
All right, let's do we haven't done this in a while. We'll do the Twitter scuttlebutt update. Let's see what we got here. What's OC got for us? Anything new? August 15th. Nah. Okay. Who we got now?
Scouting.
Jasper had that video of that ungodly wine. Oh, Henry, your buddy was the one who actually got DJI to come off the actual flight time, because Jasper's even crediting him. He's got all the. That's what's so funny is they've got part prices out already.
Really?
Yeah, there's part prices out already. So let's go to
nice.
Eventually, do you think this advertising method of leaking is going to wear out at some point in time?
No, it's cheaper for
formula.
DJI.
It never wore out for Apple, Bob.
Yes.
It seems to be their formula. Although I do like the way DJI is finally making things backward compatible. It's pretty cool. For the longest time that was never a thing for them, and now for like the Avata to use the existing FPV drones, goggles, and controller and stuff. That's pretty cool. And like even remember the Mini 2 and the Mini, the Mini 2 could use the Mini's batteries. That was kind of nice. I mean,
holy
finally,
shit!
A little bit.
Holy shit! Look at this. It's saying it'll fly as fast as the FPV drone in manual.
It's badass. When I go to England, I want that thing in my bag.
60 miles an hour.
Turtle door, baby.
They're not being fair now, damn it.
You're gonna have one.
The Skydio is going up for sale tomorrow. That's the only way I'm gonna get one. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to get one.
Just know I've only flown mine once, and my son and I were out there, and we had a blast. But it is a little. It does move very fast, but I haven't really gone out because I was getting it for him. I'm getting it for him so he can do this stuff, because I might get a little nauseous watching that.
Wait a minute. Weren't you
it's unnerving because it's so fragile.
But weren't you the same dude that like 30 minutes ago said you were thinking about selling the FPV drone to upgrade to Avata?
Yes, exactly.
But you just said that ain't your drone to be selling, man.
Yeah, but
trouble in Whoville.
No, but if it flies,
I bet you can talk him into it easy.
Just get the Avata by itself and you can share the controller and everything with
he doesn't care.
the two drones.
He doesn't care.
He's got a point there. Just
if
buy the
this one
drone.
is,
Just get drone only like
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we have
do,
all
and
the
I'll.
I have the motion controller and everything.
Yeah,
Yep.
just buy the
So
drone.
you could,
Just buy the drone.
you know,
Hey.
because it's a smaller form factor, I would feel more comfortable, you know, potentially doing it. And I
Cheaper
was
form
kind of-
factor.
See, that's what I wish that they would do instead of the controller, the motion controller. I wish they would do the standard controller,
Can't you use that
The-
from your
the new-
FPV?
the new goggles, and the Avata in the Fly More kit. I don't.
Whoa,
want
no. I was going to ask you guys, is the Flymore kit just like it was for the FPV where you get the hub and the 2 batteries and that's it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This
That's
one,
because
you
if
get-
that's what they're doing, it's perfect. For me, it's perfect.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's a
selfish
Flymore
me,
kit.
it's perfect.
I think it's $279 for that, Chuck.
So that way you get, if you already have the FPV drone and you have the motion controller and you have the RC and you have the goggles, you buy the Avata drone
talking
only and you
about,
buy the
Mark?
Flymore
What
to
is
get 2
this
more
guy
batteries in the
for?
hub and you are good. Ready to rip.
That's $629 plus $279, so that's your total that up, and that's your output.
Sign me up, baby.
There you go.
and that sounds good because I could.
Okay, how about this? Are they gonna make new software with waypoints on it for the Avata?
That would be
Can you
cool,
imagine
but
if
then
you
it's
could
kind of
run the
crossing
same-
over.
No, if you
That'd
could,
be
but
interesting.
if you could run the same track, you could run a precision track just like with Skydio. Think about it.
That would be really cool, especially, can you imagine if DJI would let you do that across your drone, like you know, I have the Mini 3 Pro and the Mavic 3, and you had that Avata, and you could run the same waypoint path with any one of your drones, like it could share them on
Yeah.
Fly app. That would be kick-ass.
Bro, you guys are reaching here since DJI doesn't even have waypoints on their camera drones, let alone put it on.
Damn
their
it all!
drone.
But they should. But that would be really
But
cool.
You see what I'm saying? But the whole point is you could do like I mean, it's kind of crazy. You could do like a child's playground, right? You could do one at sunrise and have the drone fly through and like
You could go through
the
all this
shooting,
stuff.
and then come right back at sunset and
Do
run
it
the
again.
same exact, and then interlace the 2 different.
That would be
footages.
badass. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
So you know, that's what I was just curious.
That's cheating, but that'd be really cool.
But DJI is a camera drone company. I mean, look how much AI is on the other drones.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
I don't know about you guys, but I don't use the AI enough on my drones, and
Yeah, I don't
it's-
either.
I mean, we're supposed to because that makes our job easier as pilots when you use all that AI. I mean, you still fly it, but to use the AI to help you like spotlight and stuff, you just get much better shots. Right? Why not use the tools that they give you? Don't be proud. I used to be proud and be like, I'm gonna orbit manually. What a pain in the ass. I mean, yeah, it can orbit manually, but not like it can do it when you use
when
like.
I can push a button.
Yeah, I mean, really, I mean, seriously.
Hey, what's up, Marcel? Okay, we are at that time of the evening. I need to give Eric a shower, and I want to try to fly one more drone. I want to see if the RC Pro will still connect to the Air 2S after I had to manually bind it to the Mini
Oh,
Pro.
I'm gonna find out the same thing, Bill, with this thing to see if it'll still talk to the RC. After I had it talking to the RC Pro, I'll probably have to relink it. That's my guess.
Oh yeah, you'll have to. I'd say for
because
sure.
there'll only be
you will.
one controller at a
But-
time.
With the RC Pro, normally you can just press a button and it'll say updating firmware, and then boom, you're good to go.
Yeah.
So I want to see if it does that.
Yeah.
That RC is gonna be great though here in the States because it's smaller and lighter. The RC Pro is awesome, but for travel, I really think I'm gonna dig the RC more so for this than the Mavic 3 personally.
Oh, I totally agree. I'd much rather shoot photos and stuff like that in manual mode than I would actual using the AI and auto functions. But I'm just saying that there's a ton of AI on those camera drones that are way up in the air, and then we're selling a new drone. I just thought it would be another very good selling point if it was the only drone that could do waypoints. Like
I'm not saying get rid of all your manual flight, all your work. I'm just saying use the AI to allow you to fly smarter. So like I only have 2 hands and like right, and so many fingers. So like if I can use the AI to give me another degree of freedom and then free up a hand or a finger or a thumb or something, then that's one more crazy thing I can do with the drone. If the drone's doing one part for me, I can do the other parts and then make it even more cinematic. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so
I'm not saying go all auto. It's not all auto is no. It's like using some of that to make your life a little easier so you can get an even more epic shot.
Hey,
But
Bill,
I
real quick.
respect 100% manual pilots. Don't get me wrong. I just think you have tools. Why not make use of them?
How do you get parallax
Bill,
shots with AI?
Bill, before we run, can I give a quick update on the RC Pro? I flew it right before the show with the Mini 3 Pro, and it worked beautifully. No problems, no bugs, no nothing. It worked great.
You didn't have any weird binding process. You didn't have to manually bind it. It actually flipped for you.
Yeah. A lot of people forget to go in and choose the Mini 3.
No, I actually
did that. I chose the Mini 3 Pro, and I still had to bind it.
I had no binding issues whatsoever. It bound just like
it made me manually bind
the
RC Pro to the. That's why I want to go.
You had to hit the button on the thing to do it.
Just on the drone, right?
Yeah, you had to hit the drone.
Okay, yeah.
I did, but I do that. That's every time you go to a different drone, you have to do that.
No, I don't have to. Not on the RC Pro.
Because how would you're binding it to a new remote control? So I didn't expect it to be any different than the rest of them, and it wasn't.
Oh, so you're okay? What you're saying is now it will recognize it, and it'll just be a quick firmware update, and that's it.
Yeah, the first time, Bill, you always have to do that. Hit the button when the first time you connect it.
Yeah. Bald moment.
It's all good. It's all good, Bill. This is I am back to where I was when I had a Mavic 2 Pro and a Mini 2 and one RC, one smart controller to fly them both. Yeah. Now I have one super awesome remote, two awesome remote controls.
No, Mike, it just means that we're old and lazy.
Yeah,
and it's close enough.
It's not about it's not about being lazy. It's like I said, it's just it gives me the freedom to do maybe a little more interesting shot because I let the AI pick up one part of the piloting process, and then I can do the rest.
Here you go.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at what you're talking about, 107, because I can't say I know parallax with video, and as far as are you trying? I'm trying to see. What am I wanting to say? What is it called? Tilt shift. Is that where you're going with?
Is that what it is?
The parallax shot is you can only achieve it with like a zoom camera where
where you
separate the subject.
You're moving in but zooming out.
Oh, like dolly zoom. You mean like dolly zoom?
Yeah.
No, wait. But it's a photo. He's saying with the photo.
Well,
not with the video.
Some people mean video when they say shots.
Okay, but
when you animate a still shot, you can mess with it, zoom in and pull out.
Yeah, it kind of makes it. It makes it look like with a photo. It makes it. What is that thing called? Like where you would twist it and the screen would go. It kind of looks like you're folding the edges.
Ooh,
that's why a lot of
it sounds cheesy.
With those like it
sounds cheesy.
Zoom lens to get that parallax effect.
But yeah, okay. I thought that he was actually talking about pictures. But yeah, I totally understand. The first person that I actually saw do a dolly zoom with a DJI product and has a very good tutorial out and it's old is Ed Ricker. I mean, it's probably 4 or 5 years old. He did it with the Mavic Pro.
The Mavic. He did with the Mavic Pro because the Mavic 2 Zoom did it so easily. But
yeah, he did it with the
original
Mavic Pro.
Finally sold my Mavic 2 Zoom.
All right, now I have said this 2 times already. I will say it for a 3rd time. I need to give my daughter a shower, and I still want to try to fly the drone. So I'm going to go around the room, and we're going to remember we've got to try to bet because we're going to make Steve talk a whole lot more next time. We're going to ask Steve one more.
I'm not going to say anything till Steve talks from now on.
No. Here it is. We're going to give Steve control of Chuck's mic.
That's perfect.
I'll
sign up for that.
Interesting things to say. I like listening to him.
Next show is just you and Steve.
Nice. Yeah.
So anyway,
you should be careful what I agree to. Maybe.
No, but yeah, I want to get him on the 5th time so that we can give him his official, drone therapist.
Yeah, connect with.
But anyway,
Steve
I want to go around the room. Let everybody give us an update on what's going on their channel, if they have any new videos coming out. If not, what's going on in the future also. And I will begin first with Ron Brown.
Thank you, Bill. Thanks for having me on tonight. It was great having Steve on here. Steve's great. I just watched his recent video on the Mini 3. We talked about it a little bit in the comments and whatever. I look forward to having you on again soon. And I have a video coming up. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get it out where I show the process of getting the RC Pro connected with the DJI Mini 3s. That's it for me. And I'm going to throw it to. Do you want me to throw it back to you, Bill, or
You can throw it to anybody you want to.
we'll throw it to Big Bob Dempsey?
Big Bob Dempsey.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be back. My wife is really healing and things, seem to be going good. And I came home to a ton of work. And so I'm going to start the show back on September 7th and then the 21st. And we keep going from there.
And
Thank you all.
Who do you want to throw it to?
I want to throw it to Chuck.
Holy smokes. Oh, chocolate on my face. How embarrassing. Lori and I are releasing the very last Scotland
At
video.
least it's not hair dye.
Right? Right? So Lori and I are releasing one more Scotland video, then we're done with that. But we're off to way up north soon. So we'll be filming up there. There'll be more vlogs coming from some pretty cool stuff. And
How far north?
Alaska.
North to Alaska.
Yeah, the last frontier, man. It's going to be awesome. Bears and stuff.
It'll be up the street from us.
So that's
Lions,
what's coming up
tigers, and
from
bears.
us. And so pack your bag and join us on our channel. That's what we're up to. And Bill, thanks for having me on. And I'm sorry I talked too much. I know I had a couple of guys teasing me, but I always talk too much. I can't help it.
Angel or Steve?
Angel.
Okay. We did a video with the Seattle Ferris wheel and Lake Union with the full moon. And then, of course, I'm going to be out of commission for a little bit with my Chinese version DJI drone. And we can update
US
Bill
Care
next
for
week on the situation. And, so I'll edit some videos. And I'm actually going to do the Pilot Institute 107 study thing since I can't fly right now. I mean, I can't fly. I got the Mini 2 that I'm going to give to my uncle. And we have the Mini 3 here and the FPV, but I'm going to use this opportunity to do the 107 or study for the 107. So, all right. And last up is Steve.
Steve, what's going on with you?
What's going on with me? Well, today it was all about testing ND filters from FreeWell. Cool. So I was out flying all day in the hot sun with these guys. So that's going to be the next video that's coming out. And then the usual stuff. But thanks so much, Bill, for having me on the show. And it was nice meeting all you guys. And I can listen to Chuck talk all night.
You guys are crazy.
Is,
I want to see
it's that gorgeous audio. I just like.
Okay, so
thank you. I want to. You're far too kind, Steve. Yes. I want to see your FreeWell video because I didn't make one, but I'm curious how you like the filters and which ones you prefer to use on the Mini 3 because I found I had to go pretty aggressive with the ND on this because the f1.7 is so.
All right. Well, I have the question that
you'll get there in your video, I'm pretty sure, but yeah.
Spoiler alert! Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil it, but that's why I ran into with them, and I didn't test them formally.
You were bang on.
Yeah.
I have the question that everyone is waiting for Steve to answer, and we will end the evening on that note. Steve, did any of the softwares that we use this evening intrigue you in any way, shape, or form to make you look into them?
No. Is that a bad answer? I mean, I've heard of Luminar, and Ron's demo was great, but my editing is so simple. S-curve, I mess around with the levels like Bob was talking about, and I add a little bit of saturation. Boom, good to go.
That's exactly what I do, Steve.
Right? It's like my mandate is always like, or my mantra is like, get it right in the camera, as close as possible. If the photo's good in the camera,
how do you get your white balance dialed in? That's to me the hardest thing for me to do.
My color is always crappy. I never like it. I never totally like my color.
I can never get my white balance right, Steve. And I use too many cameras on the go, so I have all these conflicting.
Trust me.
I usually just find something of a moderate gray in the photo somewhere, and that's what I key off my white balance. Anyway. But I'm just, it was fantastic to have everyone here tonight. Let me get this queued up. Next week, we're going to do something I don't know for sure yet. I was mentioning to Gary about maybe doing an FPV night. If not, I'm sure we know the Avata will be coming out next Tuesday. So there'll be plenty of, maybe there'll be at least 2 or 3 crashes. So we'll say, that's what we'll either, that's it. We'll either do an FPV show or we'll just go ahead and title it now and call it Did Avata Crash Yet? So there'll be at least 4 or 5 videos on YouTube showing the crash.
No,
how horrific it was.
You should just promo it as see all the Avata crashes.
That'd be a great compilation video. Like, remember Ken Herron used to do those crash videos. He gives like the Avata crash video.
But there's gonna be by Wednesday. There's gonna be at least
there'll be so many downed Avatas. Yeah, it's gonna be
crashed. And I'm still thinking it's gonna be burnt motors. I'm telling you, I still think it's gonna be burnt motors. We'll see, because I personally think that the tune is rough at best. And Gary has also backed me up on this. So maybe I can get Gary to come on and we'll do like a combination of Avata Crash, FPV. And since Gary's got the Mini 3, we could actually discuss the Mini 3 a little bit more. And how everybody's done with their having it on the RC Pro for a week. But we'll see. Anyway.
And maybe they
heard about the RC, the other RC going to be working with the Air 2S?
The little RC, the DJI
the little
RC
working with the 2S.
I'll bet you that works with the Air 2S. It works with the Mini 2 and the it already works with
I
3
think
and
within
Mini 3
the
Pro.
within the next 4 to 6 months it will work with all of those.
Anything with OcuSync 2 or 3,
Yeah.
except that's on fly. It won't work with the Mavic 2 series ever.
No, it won't work.
That's like, but.
No,
the
but
rest of
everything
them.
based on fly, yes.
I would think anything based on fly will work with these 2 controllers, and they're both great in their own way. I should really review them both because this is the beast, but it's heavy for travel, man. That little RC is
like the RC
great
Pro
for travel.
Period.
It's better. I mean, like if I go overseas, I'm going to bring this because it has the signal.
All right, I gotta go.
Anyway.
I gotta go. All right,
I should do reviews. I should do
thank
reviews.
you, everyone.
Why am I not doing
thank
reviews?
you, everyone that stuck with us in the chat. Love every one of you. I gotta get to doing this, and we will see you next week with this wild, crazy conglomeration show, or who knows, something else. Live long and prosper. We will see you next week.